Welcome to 60 Second Civics, the daily podcast of the Center for Civic Education. I'm Mark Gage. We're joined once again today by Holly White, associate producer of Colonial Williamsburg Innovation Studios and a producer of the Ben Franklin's World podcast. Dr. White, what educational opportunities might have been available to women in the North American colonies?
The types of educational opportunities that would have been available to colonial American girls and young women would have varied depending on their families' preferences, where they lived, their social class, and their race. Girls who were relatively wealthy but lived in more rural areas would have been taught by private tutors who were employed by their families. Girls who lived in urban areas might have had access to small local public schools or private schools where they could go for part of the day to receive basic lessons. There are even instances, though very rare, of public schools which provided education in reading, writing, and arithmetic for free and enslaved Black children. One example of this is the Bray School, which operated in Williamsburg, Virginia, from 1760 to 1774. These are, of course, all examples of formal schooling. It's important to keep in mind that the sharing of knowledge and what constitutes education is shaped and defined by cultures. And so what we would consider, or what would be considered formal education to British American colonists, could have and likely would have looked very different amongst indigenous groups living in North America during this time.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Dr. White. That's all for today's podcast, 60 Second Civics, where civic education only takes a minute.